In the name of the great Gula bloodline, I do bestow upon you my blood, as proof of our engagement. Until the resurgence struck, these horrors must have been the city's residents. In other words, all the people I couldn't save. The gaps are getting shorter. As long as I have 2 legs to walk and 2 arms to fight, I will give everything I have to keep the city's hopes alive. Remember me? How lovely to see you again. For all I lost that day, for all you took from me, let justice be done. Today, you'll pay your due!
Known as enchantments, curses, and the like.
Another world snuffed from existence. Luckily, the residents were all evacuated in time, thanks in no small part to your efforts. My name is Lavinia Rhoda. It is I who carries on the great Idris's mission and legacy. It is you, though, who must save the world of man.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last. All right, then. I need you to wake up now. Ah, you've come too. As I feared, the memories may still take some time to return. Forgive me, I certainly didn't mean to startle you. My name is Lou Magmell. I am a Revenant. Bear with me, for this may come as a shock. You have died once already. This is where I used a ritual to resurrect you. I gave half of my heart in order to restore yours. As a consequence, we now share the same heart, you and I. We are 2 lives intertwined as one. You seem well, all things considered. I'm glad. Do you think you can stand? There is someone that I'd very much like for you to meet. I know it's all new, but it's okay. You can trust me.
And just like that, we are off to the races. This is Lou. Lou is the first character in the game we're going to meet, and a character that's one of our companions. You'll encounter many of these over the course of the game. Lou is a Revenant who has a very, very special power in this game. In fact, the only Revenant that can control time. So this will be very important as we move through the game, her special ability. And like all companions, Lu will also travel with you and fight with you. Each companion has special abilities that they bring to combat, and you can also assimilate your ally for some extra bonus powers, but we'll talk about that later. For now, we've just started the journey here in Magmell, and we're going to be heading out into the world. So this island of Magmell is sort of a tutorial area for the player to get used to things before heading out into the greater world. So we'll get a taste of the action here.
Is the tower on the hill.
You see we just picked up some flour there. You can find all kinds of useful consumables in the world that you can use to craft helpful tools and items. So these Lavinia and Lu are basically going to be your companions here at the beginning here to get you through this. The concept of we're going to travel to the past to save the present, essentially. It's a Code Vein 2 hinges on time travel as a huge element of it. So basically we're going to go to the past to save the future, more or less. So that's very important here in establishing the plot. We've now entered a ruins area, which is sort of an introductory dungeon area. And here you're getting a quick taste of the combat. We're getting some blocking, some rolling. You can see these little slashes accumulate on the enemies there. Those are bleeds, and we can capitalize on that by attacking with the jail item, which will give us Ichor, which is the resource we're going to be using to facilitate our special attacks and special abilities. So it's very important in the pace of combat to put some slashes on the enemy and then essentially acquire them to keep your pool of resources high. With this introductory sword, we've got this nice little, as you can see, sort of a dash lunge attack, which can help us close the distance to enemies very quickly, get in and out of combat easily. It's a very useful introductory move that you'll have on your starting blade. As you can see, we're maneuvering around the enemy here, getting behind them, executing a nice little stagger and a crit attack. Those are going to do tons of damage. Great way to take out opponents. As you can see, in this smaller dungeon, there's still plenty of little items to find, consumables, and more important items as well. We're swapping here to a different weapon. So here we have the Statesman's Longbow. This is an awesome way to do damage at range and also fire at targets across that are too far for you to hit. This does consume the Ichor resource, so you'll have to be replenishing your supplies of that as you move through the game. This is actually in a side category of item called Bequeathed Forme. And there are different things that you can put in this slot other than the bow, but those are going to be kind of a surprise, so we're not going to tell you what the other ones are. But you'll see the bow used here. We can use it to take out this target at range, like so. And this is actually a very important map object that we've just destroyed, and it will unlock large chunks of the map for you to see in the overworld. And now we're going to skip ahead a little bit into the next section of the ruins. We're a bit deeper into this introductory dungeon down below. And we have swapped weapons to the bayonet. This is an interesting weapon archetype in the game. You'll find different varieties of this. It does allow for both ranged and melee combat. So you'll need ammunition to do the ranged, but it's got quite an interesting moveset, as you can see, in melee range as well. So this is a really cool sort of versatile playstyle that you can employ if you like bayonets. It's pretty useful here in this area here as we're trying to navigate these narrow corridors and two ranged enemies that are shooting us from afar. So the bayonet will let us shoot back, as well as get in their face. So depending on how you like to play, the bayonet might be a great option. There's multiple options for you to check out as you go through the game, different archetypes. Of course, the bayonets, again, they do need ammunition, so we might have to reload here soon. As you can see there. And as you can see, Noah, our companion Noah, is talking to us right now, but you don't see him on the screen. That's because he's currently assimilated. So in this game, you're going to have a partner or a companion, but you can choose whether that companion is active and out on the field, or you're basically assimilating them to tap into their powers. So we're getting some bonuses, as you can see reflected at the bottom of the screen. We're being buffed by Noah right now, even though he's not out on the field. So if you like to play solo, or if you like to play with a companion, you can fit the playstyle to that. And now we've moved a little further along in the ruins. We're using the runic blades. Quite an unusual weapon, as you can see, sort of hovering behind us. It's a very unique playstyle and very different than a lot of the other melee weapons in the game. And as you can see, the bow can come in handy in combat as well with a quick flip. And we're going in there. There we go. And yeah, in these ruins again, lots of little things to pick up as you go through. So here we are. Now we're heading to the first major boss of the game. And as you can see, we've got our partner Noah with us to help on this fight. He'll be trying to take some of the boss's attention, doing some damage. Every partner has their own special abilities and attacks that they bring to the table. So really handy to have during these big boss battles. But of course, you're still going to have to be doing quite a bit of dodging, blocking, getting in there, and learning the boss moveset as well. You can see we've accumulated quite a few bleeds on the dejected assailant here. So once you've got an enemy nice and bleeding like that, you can capitalize on that with the jail item, which we haven't talked about a whole lot. This is an auxiliary weapon type, and it comes in different forms. So you probably see one of them coming up here as we capitalize on what we've done to him. Getting some heals in. And of course, you're going to want to keep your Ichor high so you can continue to use your special abilities and powers, which make a big impact in fights like this. You can see we've got a stagger on there. Now we're going to execute an attack with our jail. It gives you an AoE attack, sort of a cone attack in front of you. And of course, you'll crit with the jail as well anytime you've staggered an opponent. So here we're moving into Phase 2. As you can see, our boss has kind of lost his head. There was a cinematic here involved with the Phase 2 transition, but we're keeping that out so we can keep it a surprise later. But with that, he's gained new abilities as he's now holding his head, and he has a whole new moveset due to that. And you'll see here we're getting in there with that slash. The starter sword only has one special attack.
Another world snuffed from existence. There's only one way to prevent this tragedy before they reach the point of no return.
I'll use my power to transport us back to a time before the upheaval. Once we're there, hopefully we can make contact with each of these legendary heroes. A battle to save the world from ruin. Let's go. Wherever you go, I will always be by your side.
My name is Valentin Voda. So, you're a solo hunter, are you? Tell me, do you have a place to stay in Magmell yet?
A Revenant Hunter?
Not now. Get away from here.
Well, can't say I remember hiring you, but if you're game, lend me a hand. And Valentin, he'll be the most powerful figure out here on the frontier.
The hero Jose, a revenant who fell victim to her very own powers.
So tell me, my mysterious visitor, who are you? In the name of the great Gula bloodline, I do bestow upon you my blood, as proof of our engagement. Until the resurgence struck, these horrors must have been the city's residents. Let's go. It's high time I faced my past.
When the balance of power shifted from human to revenant, there was change. Dramatic shift. The human spirit was twisted beyond recognition.
If someone has to get hurt, I would rather it be me.
So far as I know, your case is entirely unprecedented.
Off to kill again?
We all know these are bloody times we live in. Every one of us is desperate to survive. But you crossed a line killing my people.
Raiders making their move, huh? That should at least give you enough time to escape.
That ring!
Damn it! There's no getting through to him.
curs! Damned wretched curs! They would dare to truly stoop so low!
Do you remember the statue of that Revenant I showed you in the present? If fate runs its course, Noah will die fighting the raiders, and the others here won't fare much better.
Need I remind you that tampering with history, unless under the most extreme of circumstances, is strictly forbidden? What will you do if your meddling ends up costing more lives?
Meddling with the past, meddling to excess. There's always a chance it can potentially reverse all the progress you've made so far. Please, give it some careful thought. Above all else, try to weigh your feelings against what is at stake here.
Our focus, our true objective, is to save this world, our current world.
It is you, though, who must save the world of man.
Code Vein 2 is an upcoming action RPG from Bandai Namco Studios, scheduled for release on January 30th, 2026, for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam, and serves as the long-awaited sequel to the 2019 Gothic anime Souls-like original. The sequel plunges players into a world on the brink of collapse after the sudden emergence of a cosmic menace known as the Luna Rapacis, which causes the vampiric revenants to go berserk and transform into monstrous creatures dubbed horrors, threatening what remains of human civilization. You take on the role of a Revenant Hunter, whose fate becomes intertwined with that of a mysterious girl named Luna Magmell, a Revenant girl who revives you using her own heart and grants you the ability to travel through time, enabling a mission to journey into the past and alter key events in order to prevent the apocalypse and save both humanity and Revenants. Building on the original's foundations, Code Vein 2 keeps the signature, blood-draining mechanic that fuels special abilities, but gives players far greater customization through a revamped build system allowing flexible combinations of weapons, blood codes, combat styles, and skill trees. Unique equipment known as jails returns, and new weapon types have been announced, expanding the player's arsenal and strategic options significantly. Combat remains fast-paced and weighty, with an emphasis on reading enemy moves, mastering dodges, unleashing powerful blood-based skills, and adapting tactics to increasingly ferocious enemy designs. A reworked and deeper partner system allows you to recruit powerful allies, each with their own narrative arc and combat specialties, who fight alongside you, and partner synergy becomes a core element of gameplay and story alike. Several new companions have already been revealed, including Jose Anjou, a grief-haunted revenant ruler of the sunken city, wielding a massive two-handed sword capable of staggering foes, breaking guards, and channeling fiery area attacks that can decimate enemy groups when timed correctly. The world of Code Vein 2 spans dual eras, present and past, letting players traverse haunting, post-apocalyptic landscapes such as the flooded sunken city, the dead undead forest, the isolated Magmell Island, and other regions now revealed in trailers. As the story unfolds, players encounter ruined human settlements, derelict Gothic architecture, and the crumbling remains of a civilization torn apart by bloodlust and cosmic horror, while unearthing secrets, lost histories, and tragic stories of revenants and survivors. Narrative themes lean heavily into loss, memory, fate, and redemption. As the Hunter and Lou travel through time, their decisions shape the destinies of key characters, influence which revenants live or die, and ultimately determine whether the world succumbs to despair or finds hope. Visually and thematically, the game embraces a dark, gothic fantasy aesthetic, stylized anime character design, dramatic lighting, brutal monster art, blood-soaked environments, and color-rich horror motifs, while reconstructing the deeply emotional and tragic tone that defined the first game. In addition to core gameplay, Code Vein 2 supports deep character customization, including extensive character creator options for body type, hairstyle, facial features, accessories, makeup, and more, allowing players to craft their Revenant Hunter's appearance with precision. For collectors and fans, pre-order options include Standard, Deluxe, and Ultimate editions, the latter offering cosmetic sets, digital artbook, soundtrack, and expansion DLC, which signal Bandai Namco's intent to support the game beyond launch. In all, Code Vein 2 aims to evolve the original's blend of vampiric horror, gothic atmosphere, strategic action RPG combat, and emotional storytelling into a grander, more ambitious experience, offering both returning fans and new players a fresh chance to dive into a richly crafted, time-spanning saga of blood, fate, and redemption. Now you can enjoy the screenshots without any interruption. Enjoy.